Welcome back, everyone. This is Paul Gaither. This is year 5 of the offseason in Madden NFL 2002, and this is the second part of our video, where we're just going live, going through the offseason, which we'll obviously be doing a recap afterwards. If you're watching this after that, and you want to after the recap, and you want to see the whole thing in its raw form, thank you for being here. And what we did in our part 1 is we went through retired players, re-signing, and through free agency. We had no targets in free agency. No big names, must-have, big grabs appeared like they appeared in other years. And some, like Javon Curse, appeared after the season was completely over. So we have no idea who might be available after the draft when it comes to casualties of free agency. But in this part, we want to, again, review our roster, scouting, drafting, that sort of thing. And so, overall, while Jeff Garcia is declining, and we would like to find a franchise quarterback to replace him, and we're going to be in need of one, we're going to be hurting, right now is not the time to go get that quarterback, and we do not have the draft stock to go get that quarterback. Having won the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, you've got to be willing to suffer through the harsh times as well. So, right now, we're just not looking for a quarterback. I mean, we are, but we're not. You don't want to trade up high in the draft to go grab someone and just have him sit, especially in Madden 2002. You want your guy to come in and play, to contribute, whoever that ends up being. But it doesn't hurt to at least scout some QBs, though we're probably not drafting anyone given who we already have on our roster. Running back situation. Very happy. Kevin Barlow continues to improve, hits the 90 mark. Trapp, regardless of his overall rating, has been a very important player for our team, right? His high break tackle, now reaching the 90 mark, his good speed at 86, and his good acceleration at 87 has allowed him to make important plays every year that he has been on the team. So 3 years, 3 Super Bowls, and Trapp was essential in his rookie year especially, and busting off a huge touchdown run against the Ravens in that first Super Bowl. And while he sat behind Curtis Martin just proved how unimportant that position really is in terms of awareness versus other abilities. So we are plenty happy with Trapp. Waller, he hasn't been bad. I mean, statistically, 1 yard for 1 carry, 2.8. That's bad, but he's come in. He's made plays. He's made receptions. He's contributed to the team. He can be let go. He can be replaced with somebody else. At 77 speed, we drafted him because of the awareness, and now we've proven that that's not important. But he's got solid break tackle, right? He's got solid break tackle. He had solid strength, not amazing, but solid strength, more than Trapp. And the speed wasn't the liability. It wasn't the problem. So, and he's able to make catches. So, we're going to definitely... We would like someone better than Waller. We would like someone better, but we're not desperate for a quarterback or a running back right now. Definitely we're scouting, but that's it. Blades, we're just totally fine here. His contract isn't up. We don't need to draft another fullback. We can just start rotating fullbacks, but we don't need to right now. Wide receiver, if we can grab someone... someone in the mid to high 70s that can be a third string guy that could then step up. That would be nice. But again, we play a lot of 2 tight end offense. 2 tight end, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end and a fullback. We don't play 3 wide receivers. So even if we go for a wide receiver, I think we're still happy with Oldham, and Owens. Oldham and Owens. Those are our guys. Right? Everyone else is just kind of a place filler, getting something done while they're under contract if we have injuries. We're happy with our tight ends. We're happy with our offensive line. We could use a backup. Yeah, we could use a backup at the guard position. We have a backup center. We've got backup tackles. We could use as many as 2 guards, like in later rounds. So we'll definitely scout positions. Those are 2 positions to fill. Defensive line, we could use more ends. We could use at least 1 more end. We could use 1 more defensive tackle. Linebacker, we could potentially take someone middle or outside, especially having a pair of outsides here and here. We're going to play a lot more 4-3 with our defensive tackle situation, with having Spoto as a nose, Young and Ellis like coming in as the other starting defensive tackle aside from Spoto. One thing is to potentially have Young with his reduced strength, now that Ellis is 89 strength versus Young's 86, is have actually Young be the nickel and dime defensive tackle pass rusher, potentially, where Spoto, the nose tackle, is the 4-3 base nose tackle. So having Ellis and Spoto, and then nickel and dime having Ellis and Young out there. But it wouldn't hurt to draft a defensive tackle, a defensive end, linebackers like as backups, because we've got 3-year deals out here and we're happy with Valentine, so we're not looking for a high draft pick. Cornerback position, we're still really happy. We've locked up Plummer. We've got Ingram, who was a fantastic first-round selection. We're happy with our backups. And we don't want to overdraft someone to be a nickel when we've already got these guys locked up. Free safety, I was going to say strong safety. Free safety, he's under contract. He's going to go away. We could draft a replacement next year. We also have Schulters and Mitchell on 2-year deals. And Schulters has got to start declining eventually, right? 31, 32, whatever. We've got 2-year deals. And these are our starters. And there's no rookie that we're going to find that's going to be like a 90-something or an 89. Like, that's just not happening. So, we definitely don't need to go searching for a safety this year at all, and kind of next year, because we still have these 2-year deals, right? Even if Schulters declines 6 or 7 points, he'll still be an 89. He'll still be really high to play both positions. So we don't really need to dig safety. Like, we're talking top draft selections. I think, like, later, if there's, like, a good one lying around, but usually secondary and defensive line gets drafted really high. So we don't need to invest highly in our secondary. We would like to invest in the defensive line. I always like investing in the defensive line. And later rounds, some guards and stuff. Running back. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. So, let's go to draft info. And while we'll probably... This might not even be the guy for us. But the top of the draft board are 2 defensive linemen. 23 and 24 years old. 95 strength at D-tackle. He's got to go. He's got to be like a top pick, though, right? Well, it's time to get out the old little notebook and say draft board. So in the draft board, quarterbacks, we're still going to do scouting, okay? And our quarterback, let's go here. Let's just take a look at our philosophy. Perry, 54 awareness, 98 throw power, 76 accuracy. So he's got the power, he's got the arm. 50%, a touchdown, no interception in his like 1 full game and a few of his like forced passes he had otherwise, because he started against the Jags. Is this going to get the job done? Is this going to be Super Bowl winning, like backup and develop and all that? Probably not. But he can come in with higher accuracy and much more throwing power than Rattay. Less awareness, but he's also 6 years younger. And he's faster, he's more mobile, all of that. So as it stands, we're happy with Perry. We're plenty happy with Perry. But we could always scout and see if a quarterback falls in our lap. But we doubt it. So what we want to do is look at accuracy. And the two guys that obviously stick out right away, Lester Williams is probably going to be like one of the top picks in the entire draft. There's no way this guy falls. But we're just going to say QB, L. Williams, Lester. Lester Williams, 79 overall. It would be nice to see where he goes. He's got decent speed, not like that matters. The awareness is on the lower end. The throwing power and accuracy are both really high, so he's got a lot of foundation to develop. The next player in terms of accuracy that's like above 80, the only other one, is this Ryan Walsh. Out of Cal Sacramento! Like Sac State, it should say Sac State. Awesome. Nearby college, 24 years old. Okay. QB. Ryan Walsh. 75 overall. And yeah, Cal Sacramento, that's cool. There's no such thing as Cal Sacramento that I know of. I'm from the area, like California, Sacramento, like Sac State. Should be the Sac State Hornets, I believe. 72 awareness is higher. And the throwing power is nothing special, but that 89 accuracy. So we'll put 89 DHA. That would be a fun quarterback to watch in the draft for other teams. And beyond that, no one else sticks out as like a high accuracy machine that like, oh, if this guy falls, like we could take him and he could be our future guy. If Walsh is on the board with our first overall draft pick, we might take him to be our future replacement. Cal, Sacramento, like Sac State Hornets, local boy, decent awareness, good abilities, could be. I'm going to put a star next to this guy. If he's our first round pick, I wouldn't be necessarily against that, especially as Garcia begins to decline, and we could have a dude. So that's a possibility. Running backs. So let's first look at speed guys. There's only one really fast guy, and he's got good strength too. 70 overall. And now here's the thing in Madden. Acceleration 70? Like 70. Versus 99 speed. Like how does that happen? I don't know. Top acceleration guys, 90 plus. Speed, not so great. We find though, at least in the Madden 2002 engine, that despite low acceleration, it's just like, oh, it takes them longer to get up that speed, but they still have that speed. They're going to have like that breakaway burst. So definitely a guy worth looking at. 74 catch. 76 break tackle is not amazing. It's not like a rock the world guy. But let's look at these other guys that are above him that are in the 80 range. And the speed. Jackson. Catch 78. So Jackson's going to be like a top running back here, right? Also 25 years old and 23 years old, right? So 55 strength. 82 break tackle. He really reminds me of Trap, but older. So if there's someone I really have my eye on at 25 years old, that's like not very long, not much time to develop into much of anything. And the lower strength. Again, we don't care about the awareness. The accelerations are the same. Less agility. Good catch. The break tackle is only going to go up so high. But we want like a speed back, right? 25. Jackson and Nixon. I think I'd rather have Nixon, but let's go HB. We've got R. Jackson. Who is 78 overall. And we have halfback R. Nixon, who was a 70 overall. So let us answer the door. Yes. Okay. Good. And this is something to think about. This is definitely something to think about. The awareness is not an issue for us. The carry, we've got fumbles, they happen. Jack's got 89 carry. He hangs onto the ball. They both have good catch. They're both good selections. As far as backup running back, in terms of like that third string after Waller, I don't think Jackson is someone that's going to be happy playing third string running back. But Nixon can definitely be a little star asterisk guy alongside with Trapp if we let Waller go. So those are two guys that are kind of like, hey, they're asterisks as potential first round picks when our pick comes up. Fullback we don't care about. Wide receiver, got to scout wide receivers, at least give them some credit. So, here's the other thing. Catch. Does catch matter at all? Like, Oldham with 61 catch is still making plays. And when Owens had like 96 catch or whatever it was, he was dropping passes. Like, I have to like ignore the rating. I'd have to, right? Strength to beat the press, speed to get downfield, height and jump, whatever. But I think strength and like the run block against the edge, right? Let's look at Oldham. I believe Oldham had good abilities. That's why we took him. Yeah, 70 strength. 24 run block was not so bad, but yeah, strength is definitely an issue. Speed and strength. And again, are we looking for a wide receiver? It'd be dumb of us to not at least scout the position, right? So no one hits that super high strength mark, but that 60-plus world. We've got a couple guys that are 6'2", so we've got some height on them. He's 58 strength and 6'4". 35 run block. Okay. Because I'm thinking like the J.J. Stokes kind of guy. Like, he's got good strength, good height. The speed is nothing special. And I'm not going to spend a draft pick on this to be like a 5th wide receiver, a 6th wide receiver. Am I? Probably not. Definitely not an early selection. Just some thoughts going through my head here. What if we do run block? And see who's got the highest run block of strength, speed. He's got 96 speed and the highest run block, 39. His strength is only 40. That should have to do with like beating the press and other aspects. 99 and 84. 99 acceleration, speed 85. 5'8". He's a little guy. He's a little guy. 5'8". Yeah, don't talk to people like that. But he's an imaginary character. 68 strength and no speed. 60 strength, 98 speed. 5'9". So high strength, high speed. Catches 52. It's so bad. And run block is 26. Nope. Nope. 86 speed is the next fastest. Okay. So, wide receiver in the 6'2" frame, all right speed, good in the strength department. All right, like, hey, if Oldham can catch the ball, you can catch the ball, right? Like, we'll figure that out. And run block 31. Hey, wide receiver Will White. Late round draft pick. Like 4th or 5th round if he's there. And let's compare that to who we already have. 62 strength and 31 run block. And I mean, compare him to like Jones and all of that. Like faster. He's stronger than here. He doesn't have the awareness. The catch is still terrible. The run block is way better. Right? So with Streets and Stokes and the money, and we already have 5 guys, we don't really need anybody. We would be dumb not to scout someone, but nobody impresses me, especially when the rest of our guys don't even play. But that's why we do a draft board. So we don't want anyone at wide receiver. Tight end. We like our tight ends. We definitely, if we're going to draft anyone, they've got to be a run blocker. So 60 and above. We can see the range of players. And while 61 catch can catch the ball, we definitely need someone who can catch it. So this 59, 41, all of that stuff, we don't want that as much. This is okay. He's still a top run blocker. If we just care about run blocking, we know everyone else is better. Strength, we've got 2 guys in the 70s. 78 and 79 in strength. He would be the best call, and he's the best tight end in the draft. Of course he is. Okay. .78 strength, 68 speed, decent run block, terrible catch, 58 overall. Not drafting you to replace Rutledge. Not happening. Not paying attention to that situation. Offensive line. We need guards. All we need are guards. All you need is love. All we need are guards. But, let's do pass block. Instead of run block, even though I value run block, I don't see the value in the gameplay. Like, you don't get good inside runs. So we can value something lower here, right? Like Ingram with the 71 run block. Like, who even cares at this point? As long as you've got good pass block, right? I'm sure the Schmidt guy is like the best. Yeah, he's like the best player to have for obvious reasons. But the other two, even 79 should be fine. Like, in this range. Yeah, somewhere in this range. Grayson-ish. Grayson-ish. 92 strength. Guards. The other guard. No one stands out. We can probably pick who was ever best on the board. And what we all really came here for, scouting the defensive line. Most likely going to be our number 1 pick are going to be defensive linemen. So, what are we looking at? We're looking obviously at strength. 82 overall, probably gone. Like, part of this draft board is like, are there any sleepers? Anyone who's got like a special ability, like a 90+ ability or something that we want to take advantage of and help the team? Like, at this point, I don't think so. Fellwing, Hayes, all these guys. I don't think so. I think we just need to pick, like, the best player available, in the first round. Whoever's on the board. We don't care about linebackers or secondary right now. We don't care about kickers and punters. We just want, like, the best available, like, defensive line. If a good running back, if a good quarterback is on the board to replace Garcia. No wide receivers really strike me as, like, oh, you've got to get this guy, right? Even by the high overalls. Like, they don't have the speed. They don't have the size. They don't have the strength. Right? The guys with the high strength, 62, 68 overall, whatever. No one's going to play for me. I think that's the other thing about this draft class. Like, yeah, we would love to get both of these guys. If one or both are on the board. I mean, I don't know about this guy. Like, 88 strength, 95 strength. Yeah, we would love to get these guys. But these should be, like, top draft picks anyway. Yeah, I think this draft is kind of shallow. It doesn't have a lot of gems. And we're picking towards the bottom. So who's on the board? They're both on the board. They're both on the board, and one of them is definitely going to be drafted by us, and the other one, will they stick around? I think if there's any likelihood that another one sticks around, it's going to be the defensive tackle versus the defensive end, because the game prioritizes them. You know what? Let's see. Let us see here. Another right end. Lots of right ends. 79 awareness. We don't really care, but I think that matters more, like their ability to shed blocks. Tackle. They're both, like, yeah, they're top guys. I think Ostrich is more likely to leave. But part of building this board is just seeing who gets drafted where. So let's just take, like, a kicker and see which one goes where. See what happens. So, the number one pick in the draft. The Pittsburgh Steelers go with a wide receiver. Lester Williams goes to the quarterback of Jacksonville. Obviously. Wide receiver for the Raiders. Rams go halfback. Defensive ends. They don't pick the best defensive end on the board. This is something that's good and bad in this game. Is like, yeah, they don't just pick by overall, and then, like, leave you with garbage. So they will make bad draft selections. I wonder why it is they're going for these specific guys, though. Halfbacks. We were looking at Jackson and Nixon comes right off the board in the top 10. So there's no way we're seeing him ever. So that's good that, like, we targeted a guy. We targeted a few guys that do go high overall. We didn't even look at the rest of the other positions. But more defensive ends without a single defensive tackle going off the board. Outside linebackers, more defensive ends. The first defensive tackle goes off the board here. And more go off the board. Like, garbage defensive tackles go off the board. And, of course, it goes to the Colts. So, yeah. And the other player is definitely gone. Let's pick a garbage player. And, yeah, Ostrich definitely picked early here by Seattle. So, that's where the first one goes. Where does the defensive tackle go? Our defensive tackle was picked, though, right? The defensive tackle I haven't seen go off the board yet. Let's pick the backup fullback. Am I missing him? Did the DT... There he goes in the third round. We could get both. So, yeah, we can get both players. That's really crazy. That is, like, that's the other, like, if you want to call it cheating, whatever, it's like, these are the guys. When I played Madden 2003, they don't give you the overall ratings. They give you reports. right? Like bench press and all of that stuff. But you're going to see the same thing from me. Like, I'm going to scout the guys with the highest bench, like the strength. I'm going to scout the guys with the tackle ability. Like, I'm still scouting the same thing. That is wild. If we take Ostrich, will Flelling or whatever be there on the board? Because that's where we want. We want to load up on defensive line. Right? We take our guy, and Flelling is he's gonna get taken in the 3rd round before we even have our draft pick. Like that, those have to be like our 2 picks. Like, no question. Those are our guys. That's what I predicted, go defensive end and tackle, but it really worked out like that. That's wild. Because I was willing to reach and grab the defensive tackle in the 1st round. He's worth it more to me. But I knew that he could fall, but I didn't expect him to fall to the 3rd round. After that, we do need guards. He's got 98 strength. And he's got the good pass block and run block. Like, take the guy. We can let him go to some other team and be a useful player on another team. The free safety position is also tempting. The backup free safety position, the guard position. Yeah, those are tempting positions to go after. Tight end has already had a run on their top guys, and I'm not taking a guy to replace Rutledge. I mean, you could call our team like the farm of offensive linemen, taking guys who then end up going somewhere else. Thing is, if I take this guy, do I really want him on my team? 84 speed is really good to get to where we want to go. The good awareness, the good strength, and the good tackle rating to take over that free safety spot later, especially as our other safeties get older. I think we got to go safety. That was last pick in the draft. And the guard is gone, and that's fine with us. Especially how the safeties had a run, I believe. Yeah, outside linebackers are completely gone. Middle linebackers, we don't care. Defensive tackles. There's no one with a high strength rating. Defensive ends are completely gone. We just kind of need guards at this point, right? And we're going to go round 4 or 5, and we need left and right guards. Yeah, we want a higher pass block, run block rating. Who's got the best pass block ratings here? These guys, these guards have it. 92 strength. Not going to get pushed around too much. Yeah, we're going to go Jay Abrams. And we need more guards. So let's go pass block, run block. 71, whatever, 79, whatever. High strength. Just a big body strength guy. Yep. Just go guards. Overall, don't need quarterback, don't need halfback. I mean, don't need anybody. And corner should be gone. Yeah, corner is pretty much roasted and toasted. So, yeah, we picked up a safety. We've got our 2 strong safeties. We've got free safeties. We've got lots of guys here. Middle linebacker, don't care. Still would like someone in free agency, but I think we're happy with what we've got. I think we can just simulate the 6th and 7th round. We do not care. Signing draft picks time. Defensive end. Pay him a bunch of money to be a backup. We got 15 mil. Give us a big deal. A shorter contract's what we're looking for, but will you do it for the 310? You will. We wanted a shorter deal, but this offer's too good to be true. We're going to lock you up. Okay? This is the other thing that I was talking about when it comes to the game. Is like, okay, they want, like, they'll negotiate lower prices, but it has to be for shorter time periods, right? And here with 95 strength and all that awareness and everything, I think I'm going to lock you up for a big year contract as well. Hey, too many years if you ask me, but my client is happy. Safety. First, second round, third round, 3-year deals. Want a shorter contract, but what about money? Yeah. Cash has allowed him to stay longer than he wanted to. Sign him to a long-term deal. Yeah. So, yeah, fine. Guard, 3-year deal. Yep. And then we don't care about the others. Cut them. Still got 10 mil in cap space. For anyone else, reorder depth chart. It doesn't matter. We're going to do it ourselves anyway. Reorder all. Start new season. Rosters, free agents, and a victim of the cap with the money to pay him. It's Pat Surtain. It's Patrick Surtain Sr. Pretty darn good acquisition for 1-year rental. Pretty good 1-year rental. Doesn't have the strength. Has decent tackle ability. Throw a pile of money at that position. Is that where we throw our cap money at? We need a third middle linebacker because we play a 3-4 and in case someone gets hurt. We still need some speed at linebacker. '85 tackle ability, 3 years pro, 6'6", 72 overall. Wants more money and a longer contract. Sure. Still saving a lot of money over Derek Smith's salary. Still need an outside linebacker. Probably the place to go right here. Let's look at tackle ability. The best tacklers. I need the most speed out of a tackler as opposed to the best tackle out of speed, right? 6 years pro. Oh, he wants a pile of cash, though. He wants a pile of cash. Just to be a backup. He wants a pile of money. Anyone on the cheap to be a backup? Strength, tackle, sure. a longer offer. There you go. And we still have the money to afford Patrick Surtain for a 1-year rental to help out the team, though we are very happy with our cornerback position. We're very happy with Pro Bowl Ricardo Ingram. I'm just thinking about, like, one thought process is having Ahmad Plummer be our second corner, Surtain being our number 1, Ingram being our 3. He was a Pro Bowl corner. 6 interception season. 5 interception season. We don't need to throw money at Surtain. It's just like, the thing is with the salary cap is if you don't spend it, it's not going to go anywhere, right? If we can throw money at Surtain, which we can't afford, to help that secondary out as like a 1-year rental. He's going to decline. We know that. Good speed, awareness, good catch, good tackle rating. 72 is a really good tackle rating. One-year deal. $655. There aren't other teams looking to sign him. That's the thing. Long-term deal is what you're looking for, like 2 years. A little more long-term, we can renegotiate it. We can definitely renegotiate something. You want a 4-year deal. Now we're talking money versus time, right? 6, 4 years. We know he's going to decline, and we know that we can restructure that deal. And we still got $2 million cap room, and again, we don't need to spend it all. Now, that $2 million gap area is where we pay people off at the end of the year. And I think that's where we're at, right? Depth chart. Barlow, Trapp, Waller, Blades, Owens, all of that. Jones. Yep. Rourke Stanley. Guards. The left guard can be the left guard. The right guard can be the right guard. The tackle, sure, whatever, but we can also have the right tackle. The backup left tackle, the backup right tackle, all of that. Now, left end, John Engelberger. Right end, Javon Curse. Ostrich can be the backup. Defensive tackle. Flowing, Young, Spoto, all of that. Ellis. Yeah, we've kind of got a situation there. So, what do we want here? Winborn, we're going to have... What's this? Oh, okay, got it. That was the backup that we signed. No, we want Valentine to be our starter. I want Ulbrich to be our backup because I'm a fan of Ulbrich. Even though the guy has a higher overall, it's like a little too less speed, but the more awareness. Tackle is higher than Ulbrich. Greg Houston should probably start. I'm a fan of Ulbrich. He might be the number 2. The awareness and the speed and the strength are all, like, manageable. But that tackle rating. So, yeah, Houston, you get to be there, and Ulbrich can be relegated to 3rd. Outside linebacker position. Thomas is fine. Where can Ulbrich play? You're a higher rating than the other guy. And Thomas, yeah, you can be our de facto backup there. So let's look. Ulbrich, the speed is faster. Strength, awareness. Obviously, because you're a middle linebacker, you get a penalty. And the tackle rating. Yeah, let's have that. Hampton probably won't play, Ulbrich probably won't play, but we've got stuff here. Patrick Surtain, you get to be the starter. Ingram, you've been a fantastic corner for us. Kind of want Ingram to be my starter. I want this rookie draft pick, excuse me, to get experience. And that other corner, the number 2 corner, like makes Pro Bowls and does things. I would really like Ingram to continue to improve, like that +7 that he did. Like, he had like a +5 or +6 or whatever. I'm going to keep him here. And we're paying Patrick Surtain to be our third corner or slot, nickel, whatever, like corner. Paying him big money to be a backup, but that's a reality there. We're going to see if Ingram is like a liability, but with his interceptions versus Surtain's like nothing. Yeah, we're paying Surtain. That's like our big money free agent like pickup to be help or an assistant out there. And without that strength, like he's not going to be like a cover 2 man press corner. He's definitely going to be nickel and dime corner. With Webster and Jew here. Yeah, I think we're happy like that. Now, the safety position. That's what's going to be interesting. Mitchell is going to be our starter at one position. And Schulters is going to be our starter here. With our 3rd round draft pick, Gaffney, he's going to get experience as a backup. Right? The awareness is lower. The speed is about the same. The tackle is lower. But we signed Schulters for a reason. Well, he's a 96 overall here. Where does Mitchell rank here? 83 still. It's possible to have Schulters start and Mitchell play the other position. Let's tell that player to do here. Let's tell Schulters to go here. Let's tell Mitchell to go here, and let's tell Mitchell to go here. Right? And Gaffney here. Yeah. Okay, then we have to do substitutions. So reset all of offense. Or at least specifically 3 wide offense. Because we had J.J. Stokes forced into the lineup. We're going to leave Trap here in the goal line. Kickoff, safety, defense. Reset all of the defense, including the goal line. Okay. So, base defense. Who do we want as base defense? We can have, like, at this point, Ellis, like the 89 versus 86 strength of Engelberger. I think Engelberger is good enough to start at this point. Bryant Young and Fleming. I think we can swap those. I think we can tell, for example, let's say we wanted Spoto, we wanted there, and we wanted Fleming. But we want Ellis to play as well. I think we're also kind of happy to have Ellis there at 89 strength. Right? Like, and we could even have Ellis here because he plays right in, so we can move in a little bit outside of Javon Curse, right? And let Bryant Young rest here. with our 95 strength and our high defensive tackle instead of Spoto, who can be a nice, like, 98 strength is really good, though. The awareness is an issue. Like, do we want Spoto with 51 awareness versus 79 awareness? Like, we lose a little bit of strength. Flowing is still 6'3", 308. He's still like a nose tackle. And that's the same size as Spoto. He's just a better nose tackle as a rookie. He's taking Spoto's job, but Spoto can still be a good backup and a help for our team. Ellis can be the big body man here. And we can still... Do we want Young? Like, Curse is technically stronger. Right? And has one more awareness than Young. Like, in terms of, like, playing that defensive end position. So... Curse is, like, the faster and stronger player with more awareness than Engelberger in the 3-4 defense. So, what if we put Spoto and we asked Flelling to be here? No. So yeah, we're just playing Greg Ellis and Javon Curse in the 3-4 defense. In the 4-3, that's where we wanted Bryant Young to at least try to be a bit of a pass rusher. So if we put Ellis here and Flelling, as a big guy here, Ellis would play in the 4-3. Ellis would play in the 3-4, like in the base defense. We can have Young here, even though Ellis has more speed, more strength. The awareness is an issue of, like, getting off the blocks. But that's what we're paying Young for. Let's see how that goes. And then in dime situations, the same thing. And then we have here, I think we can have Curse and Engelberger, because Engelberger has lower strength, 86 versus 87 here from Curse. I think we still want Curse to play that position that he ended up playing with the Eagles and everything in the base defense. And so then when they go, and yeah, in the base defense we want him here off the edge. And then when they go nickel and dime, Curse can be off the backside. So that's also, like, fun. Right, like they swap positions. And then Ostrich with his 88 speed, or sorry, 88 strength, 67 speed. It's like having Ellis all over again, right? Look at those, same speed, almost the same strength. The awareness is an issue. He doesn't have the agility or acceleration. He lacks that ability. And he's got the high tackle. So, in the 3-4, we could even have Ostrich in there, right? 92, 93, 94. Like, the young guys and Ellis, like having two Ellis guys in here. You could even potentially have Curse be an edge man. Right? Like, that's also an idea. That is definitely an idea. Having Curse as an edge man. Having Peterson as an off-ball player. Yeah. Having Peterson as an off-ball, just like he plays in the nickel. And he can, like, slide and all that. I really like where this is going. Whereas Engelberger doesn't really have that linebacker ability that Curse does. That would be interesting. The blitzes, I think, come from the other side, though. So I think we're still going to reset it. I think we're going to have... overall. Okay, so first ask Ellis to play there. Ask Ostrich to play there. Now that Curse is off the field, we can ask Curse to come here where a lot of blitzes come from off that position. We can ask Winborn to play there. And we can ask Peterson to play off ball. That's also, I believe, several times they send that middle linebacker on a blitz. So, we've kind of got our double outsides one side. We've got defensive ends and things like that here with the strength off the edge. I like that change up. I like that change up a lot. Pat Surtain at safety. Interesting. Surtain at the safety spot. Mitchell 83, Surtain 92. Paying Surtain to be a safety back there in the 3-4. Right? That's funny. We could actually ask him to play free like that, right? And keep Schulters out there. That's fun. That's funny. Play this as our base, and then they do rotate into this as like a change-up. No, I do like a lot of what we're doing right here. They both have 91 tackle. Because I know Julian Peterson really switched sides here. That's fun. Play with the rookie nose tackle. Play here. Right. Let Bryant Young be the pass rusher on nickel and dimes. Like, really rotating our players. Letting the rookie come in and get experience. Let Surtain come in and be that 3-4. Because that's like a pass defense anyway. The 4-3 is more of a run defense. This is like a pass defense with the corner out there. And with Schulters out there. But we still give like Mitchell time to do things. I think we kind of want Mitchell to be here. As we're switching where the safeties are. Right, in the 4-3, we still have Mitchell being the strong safety that we want him to develop into at the young age. Schulters still contributing out here. They're saying that Surtain would be a better player than Schulters out there, huh? 79 awareness, 80 awareness. And tackle. Schulters would be much better, yeah. They want the coverage position, but we can have this kind of interesting setup here where I'm just thinking out loud to myself. I like the rotations. I like having different players on the field to contribute with the depth that we have on defense. So, Schulters and Mitchell at that position. 3-4 defense, put Schulters as a natural strong safety where he's the best, and put Surtain out there at safety as like a ball hawk. In the nickel, you can even flip-flop them. We've got 38 here, but in here they're like this, and Surtain is on the field as the nickel corner. Dime like that. And I would be interested in having the rookie draft pick, like, doing something out there. 84 speed, 88 speed. 85 speed here. Schulters would be an 83 at that position. Like, I don't want to get beat in the secondary. Like, the best possible player at each possible position. I want to get Gaffney a chance to play. Definitely not as a starter. But I want him to get playing time. Mitchell with 88 speed would be a 76 here. he would still be better than Webster. Yeah. I think we want Gaffney here, Mitchell here. No, sorry. We want Gaffney here, and Mitchell here, but we also are really happy with Webster's like abilities. Mitchell's faster, stronger, and has more awareness. And more tackling ability. Yeah. Just like we put John Lynch in there. I think we're happy with those setups. And then we wanted Young here. And we don't have Ellis on the field, but that's okay. So we're going to see how this goes and see if we want Ellis as a pass rusher instead. I think we kind of want Ellis as a pass rusher. Ellis has a lower overall rating. Obviously the strength is an issue. Ellis has more speed. Ellis has less awareness, so he's going to be less successful at breaking the block. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, so Ellis plays in the 4-3 defense and the 3-4 defense in the base. He doesn't come in as the pass rushing situation, though. But we can use him in the goal line, right? So, what are our positions? Ellis has more strength than Curse. So he can definitely play there. Ostrich has all that strength. Right? And Spoto as a nose, right? Like without Young, because Young, we don't want Young pushed around. Curse can be outside here, or he can be right here. Winborn has, yeah, see, we can definitely play Curse here as a down player. Winborn can play there, and Peterson can play off ball like that. Peterson has 73 strength. Winborn has 71, so actually we would more want Peterson on the ball and Winborn off ball, right? Has strength. Yeah. It's a pretty good goal line defense, and we keep Schulters out there. We could have Surtain right here. No, but we want Ingram because of his strength at press coverage. Yeah, that's our goal line defense. Surtain playing in the dime and the nickel. Playing the 3-4. Not in the 4-3. I think I'm enjoying this setup here. Flop Peterson and Winborn for the first time ever like that. Keep him as the strong side player. Keep him as the weak side player with more strength. Keep him as the weak side here. Have Peterson be the off-ball player. What if we have Winborn here, and we have Valentine here, and we have Peterson here? We keep Valentine where he was. We take Winborn off ball. That would be interesting. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Okay, time to save. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate you watching through all of our process if you've made it this far.